Alright guys, so what is going on? I'm back out here, gonna run on the course some. You're gonna hear my dog carrying on in the background because the neighbors have the lawn mowing crew guys up here, and she always goes back crap crazy whenever somebody's mowing or there's anything with a wheel that moves. So you're gonna hear that a little bit. I'll try to take as much of the background noise out of it as I possibly can. So what we're up here doing today is, well, one, I had a viewer. We were talking about the pin tires here from Injora, and I'll flip this around and show you what I mean. Actually, I'll go ahead. Let's see here. We'll flip it. Okay, so he was talking about these Injora pins. These have been one of the best performance tires that I have ran in the last while. I put these up there with like Ruptures, high racks. These things are just a fantastic tire, especially for the price. I've been running them to try to get an idea of how long it's going to take them to wear out. These have the blue silicones in them because I originally had these set up for my daughter's Gen 8. But with the blue silicones, here we go with the lawnmower. With the blue silicones, these things worked really, really well, but these are the S5 compound, and these are real thin. I've been doing a little more running, bashing with these. I'll just stop it here until he's gone. All right, so I've been running these a little more. And he's back. So I've been bashing with these a little more on them to see how well they're going to hold up. So far, they're doing pretty well. I haven't tore them because these are like they're an S5 compound, but they're very thin tire. And I think they're making a new pin tire style pin now that has like a little bit of like, maybe like, I don't know, tread on the side of some kind. I can't remember the name of them. I got to get caught up on some of the new stuff that's came out. But enough on the tires. This is the new truck that I picked up. It is the Ugrc Labs Trail Doctor chassis, which I believe is the same as the Kleimenstein chassis. Carbon fiber. I did not build it, obviously. If you guys watch the video that I'll have posted before this one, this was built by someone else. Now I had to go through here and straighten some stuff out. It had some issues with it. He had some Mickey Thompson Baja Pro X from Proline on it, and they did not work very well on my course. They have some Banff inserts in them, and I had high hopes of those being able to do my course, but this course is a lot harder than it looks, guys. He does have some internal pin springs, he says, in the shocks. I haven't taken them apart. And then he had it more set up for necessarily like trail performance bashing. And I needed it set up for more, you know, course stuff. So I went through here, moved the shock, relocated the shocks, kind of changed the angle of the shocks in a little bit to get the front shocks working because they were pushing up a little too much because they were straight up and down mounted. Plus, I wanted the front of the rake of the truck down a little bit, and lightened up the spring to load on them to get them a little softer. And he does say there's pin springs in here. I'm going to do a build on a set of desert lizards for this. I have an extra set of desert lizards, so I'm going to be doing that and changing a bunch of stuff up on the truck to try to lighten it up a little bit. And I'm thinking about getting the hood trans kit from UG Labs and taking the TRX4. This does have the 2-speed in it. It's going to get loud again because he's back up here. This does have the 2-speed in it. And we'll flip it over here. Just stock dry shafts. Like I stated before in the other video, it does have the GRC diff covers. I'm going to be changing some of these out. We're going to be picking up maybe a little more brass out here for the axle housings. And then maybe a little, I don't know. I just, depending what we get set up. But he's got all the UG Lab stuff here. The sliders that match it. he gave me a pretty good deal on this thing. So I appreciate him, and he seems like a pretty cool guy. It does have a Reese 444 servo in there. It's got a way overpowered system that actually works really well how he's got it. He's got a Holmes tune on this Mamba X ESC in here. And it's got a Castle 3800 censored system. Okay, so my phone overheated again. There's a surprise. So anyways, it's got a 3800 kV Castle motor in it. It's censored. And then, like I said, he said he had a Holmes Hobby program or something that he had done to this Mamba X ESC. So we're going to give it a run here before my camera shuts back off, and I'll show you guys how well these pin tires work. And I finally got this thing performing a little better. I'm looking to get a little more performance out of it. Now, it's just got a beat up Ford Bronco body on it. We're going to be redoing some, doing a body and some other, maybe some mounts here, and doing a different body, tires, wheels, reworking the suspension on this thing on the channel, coming pretty soon. So I'm going to get this shut off and fired up. All right, guys, we got this thing out here. We're going to give it a run, see how long it takes for my camera to overheat. Out here with it, the Injora pins with the blue silicone inserts on a pretty heavy truck. I'm starting to realize I kind of prefer my inserts and foams or whatever, anything I'm running, to be on the little softer side, but still have that second stage. That's why I like these silicone inserts so well. So this system's got good throttle control, even with that big high-powered system. I ran this thing yesterday and worked on it a bunch just to get the suspension working, because I was having some issues down here at the lower end where that real tough spot is. But these tires work so nice with their silicone inserts, guys. You get that nice wrinkle, but you still get that second stage pushback on it. You can see what I'm talking about there. You get that wrinkle, but they're not squashing completely down. And it's a beautiful day out here in beautiful sunny West Virginia in Calhoun County. Let's see here. So we'll drop down to this harder line here. This thing's got about the throttle modulation of the 2-in-1 systems even. This thing's really nice for a 3800 kV. And my rocks just collapsed right there. Alright, we're going to have to take a short break here. We'll get her up on the bridge first. Then we'll fix our rocks over there. Let's get her up here to the top and give her a park. Alright. These pin tires, when we get to the bottom, man, they impress me so much. They just work so perfect on this truck. And like I said, he's got internal springs in these shocks. Now, I think I still kind of prefer the Desert Lizards. We're going to shut this off. I'm going to pick up our rocks that fell off. There's the body. She cut up and used. I kind of like it beat up like that, though. So I'm going to fix the rocks. All right, guys. So back up here. I realized I was crawling that first spot in second gear. I was wondering why it was a little notchy. So we're back down in first. Somehow it got shifted by accident. I guess I hit the button with my hand. So we're back in first here. So it's got the nice, what I was saying, it's got that nice creepy crawly, just like a 2-in-1 system, but man, you got that crazy punch in with that 3800 kV. Trying to get that to slot down, boom, into our little groove back there. She side hills nicely. A good test there. A lot of trucks have a lot of problems. That's why I built this lower end right here. So you'd have trucks that have the side hilling problems, so you can still get some trail trucks around it. I wanted to be able to test both performance and some trail trucks, so we're going to drop down here and we're going to turn and go up here on another hard spot we got. I'm actually digging this Bronco body, but it's not the best body if you're looking for performance, you know. So here we go. You guys can see the squish. You're getting the squish, but you get that second stage once again of those inserts. I love them. I can't say enough about them and the price of them. I really wish they made these inserts for a 155. I would buy a bunch for my scale trucks. And this is a rough breakover point right here. This truck just killed it all day yesterday after I got the suspension figured out. And you know, got these pins on it, and it does good with the crawlers that I have as well. Still impresses me, my daughter's Gen 8. I know I say that all the time in my videos, but considering this is like your high Lamborghini chassis, when you're talking about price-wise, how well that my daughter's Gen 8 performs up here with just the stock Gen 8 chassis, and you know, how I have it set up, it just impresses me all the time. Now, I may look into doing these systems on another truck, another one of these systems in another truck, because I really like the wheel speed this thing's got. And it's got that super crazy, creepy crawly. He's got this thing, man, it is set. Of course, he was, I think, a team driver. Said he drove for Banff. He drove for Ugrc Labs. I think he's one of their team drivers too. So I appreciate him dealing this thing to me. He gave me a really good deal. There's a hole right here. But look at that, for a 3800 system, man. This thing has got it. That program he's got, that was all me. Whoa, look at that. Wow. That was on me. Poor dingo. That was a crash. We gotta go down and get it. Let's see if we can get that again, this spot, without rolling it to its death. I went too far over in the hole. Like I said, guys, this course is a lot harder than it looks. There we go. I just missed my line trying to watch the camera. I do that a lot. And I'm on the opposite side here that's really hard to film. All right, so we're gonna stop it right there and I'm gonna move. All right, so coming back down where we were on the other side here. Just letting her do the work. Man, this system works so well, man, for being so high powered. I just can't, I'm blown away at that Castle motor. I mean, so nice, man. We'll try to go up on a harder spot here. And I will try to stabilize this as good as I can. Kudos to the guys that film and do these courses and stuff, man. It is not easy. We're going to see if we can run this whole line down. Let her drop down. I put holes in all this on purpose to try to get the suspension tests. And you can see what I'm talking about here. You got that second stage kicking in. And these are the blues, but this truck is very heavy, especially nose heavy. It's got a lot of brass up front. And you gotta be super careful. I'm gonna drop off that line, I think. Pushing it pretty hard, let it slip down. Trying to get it slowly, let it droop. Drive off of it. There we go. Missed it a little bit, but it's so hard to film and drive. So we're gonna go over here to our other spot to our real tire test. All right, you can probably hear our commentator in the background. So we're gonna try this hard line right here. And this is why I kind of want to get the desert lizards on this thing. You can see it slowly starting to droop out. I think he said he had 70 weight oil in it. So maybe a little lighter oil. But we're going to try to pull up this super hard line right here. It might not look like it on camera, but guys, this is a tight line. You got to ride that rock and keep, because your back tire has to break the peak of that rock in the back here where you can see it slipping. Once you get it going, you kind of got to stay on it and pay real close attention to what you're doing. And then you got to turn in, and it's pulling the hard line. That's the harder line right there. And I went too far over. You got to let this back. So we're going to go ahead and make this line coming all the way up. I just figured I'd run it up. Sorry guys, my phone keeps getting hot on me and shutting off. I've got this thing in Ultra HD to try to get you the best quality video. So I'm going to try to run it up here a little quicker. We're coming up where we rolled earlier. And this thing is killing it, man. And then we're going to give the camera a break when we get down to that other bottom and see how well it pulls that line. Now I got wasp attacking me here, trying to drive, fight wasp. Pay attention. No slippage with these pin tires, guys. Not even a little iota of slippage with the pin tires. Nothing. I love these tires. I mean, they may not be the prettiest looking tire, but when you're talking performance, does that really matter? I mean, if you're just looking for performance, coupled with these Injora inserts, man, you can't beat it. See if it'll let me do the, see if it's going to keep recording here. All right, you got to go nice and easy right here on the pull up, because she will roll. I don't know if you guys can see that incline. It is steep. This is our side hill test. And they're holding fine. There we go. Working good, working good. We got to get on a groove. Man, these tires work so well. Now the greens would be too soft for this truck because of the weight. We're going to get down here, and I'm not going to video the going down portion of it because that's not really too difficult, and I want to give the camera a break here. And then I got to get ready for work. So, there we go, up close to the tire, conforming to the rock. Right over, guys. All right. This poor Bronco has been through it, man. Look at that. Hood all bent. She beat. I like it. All right, I'm going to shut the camera off, give it time to cool down. We'll be right back on the tire test. All right, guys, we're down here. This is the slow crawl. This is what I like. We were talking about earlier about my buddy's ruptures, how well they work down here. See, this truck will do the same thing with these tires, and ain't even really the truck. But these tires right here will pull out that same super creepy crawl in this spot that none of the other tires really want to be able to do. And I'm in the wrong rut because I'm facing the wrong direction. So before we kick ourselves off here, let's go about this way. There we go. That's our line. Hard to do from this angle and see it, but these tires are fantastic, guys. These tires just work fantastic. Now I can pull both lines. There's 2 lines on this spot down here, and this truck will pull both lines. Let's see if we can back it down nice and gentle like without rolling her. I'm gonna shut the camera off, starting to get hot again. I'm gonna come back and do the other line. So we're gonna try to pull the other line. I gotta film it from this side. And it usually pulls this line easier. That's why I went to the hard line first. Nope, slid her off, went too far over. See if we can, nope, all right, back to it. There we go. Now this is the easier line to get up with about really any truck, really. But it pulls that one, pulls both lines. But I think with the Desert Lizards, it would just do better in general. I'm pretty sure with the Desert Lizards, it would perform way better than it does with this suspension setup that's on it now. So I'm going to do the Desert Lizard shocks, build them, and I'll come back if anybody's interested. We'll be doing the Desert Lizards on this truck. And I've already got a video on how to build the Desert Lizards here on the channel. If anybody wants to check that out, it is in there. Just look for the Desert Lizard shock video. This is another rough spot up here because there's some holes you drop down in. I'm trying to talk to you guys and look too. But she's gonna make, it's made this pull up and down through here a bunch of times, so I can't see me having trouble. But I just wanted to show the pin tires and then this UG Labs chassis to everybody. So I'm gonna stop the camera here filming. I'm gonna turn around and talk to you for a second, and then we'll end this video. All right, so I hope everybody liked the video. Listen, I appreciate everybody that's still watching the channel. I know I've taken a break from the scale stuff. No, I didn't quit scale stuff. We're going to be getting back and doing some scale video. It's just every time I do scale videos, I prefer to put music with it, and I get hit with copyrights every time I do scale videos and music. So we're going to do performance stuff. We're still going to do some scale stuff. Hopefully this weekend, if the weather's good enough, Sunday, I'm going to go out and we're going to do some scaling. Maybe even put some scale trucks on the course here with some small tires and see what they do. So once again, I appreciate everybody that's liking and subscribing, and I appreciate the guys that are watching the videos from the RC Dungeon. Peace.